concentrations of economic power buying the political system. You know, every now and again there's a scandal about lobbying, so that's in the news a little bit for a couple of days with virtually no tough questions asked, and then it disappears again. What we all know, on the other hand, is that it's armies of corporate lobbyists day after day that are really responsible for what politicians actually end up doing, what's in the small print of the laws that dictate what actually happens. You know, climate change is a very, very good example of the mess that we're in. We had question time 2 nights ago where the key voice talking on the science of climate change was Nigel Lawson, Thatcher's ex-Chancellor of the Exchequer, pretending to be a scientist and essentially lying to people about the fact that we have this enormous problem. Did the BBC also on that panel have a reputed climate scientist that could explain to people the lies that were coming out of Nigel Lawson's mouth? No, we didn't. You know, this is an enormous, enormous problem. One of the reasons they don't want to talk about climate change, by the way, is that seriously looking at that problem would require unravelling the corporate controlled system that we have. You know, a corporate model where you buy a shirt where the buttons are attached in one place and it travels 1,000 miles with loads of carbon emissions to have the next bit put on, you know, things coming from sweatshops thousands of miles away. None of this could happen if we take seriously the fact that we live on a limited planet. As soon as we take climate change seriously and other ecological crises that mean that we can't have infinite wealth, immediately the question of how we share the wealth comes back onto the table, comes back into the centre of the political conversation. But again, we don't have this. I think what's happened with the NSA is that people are beginning to realise that there is this enormous system of informational power around us that has enormous consequences, and the fact that this is happening in hundreds of locations around the world really inspires me that we can start having this conversation about what it would be to have a really free press that really fought for the interests of people and planet and for the better, happier and far more inspiring world that we could have. Thank you for your time.
Yay. Okay, thanks.